Yo, what is up YouTube? Today I want to talk about should you pull for Haru Urara New Year's, TM Opera O New Year's, and the support card banner featuring SSR's Admire Vega, which is a power card, or SSR Matikanefukukitaru, which is a speed card. I was gonna say wit for a second. Make sure you guys like and sub if you find this helpful, and use code MAMBO for 10% off your gamer subs. Let's get right into it. So, this is the new banners. Very cool banner to start with. So let's talk about first the Umas, okay? Here is New Year Haru Urara in a very, very cute New Year's yukata outfit. Very traditional, very cool. She, as an Uma, has one key feature, actually, that's kind of interesting. She actually has a aptitude rating change from her original version. If you look at Haru Urara and you pick the original version, she actually has B mile, which is very unfortunate because it means that when you do race her, you need at least 1 mile aptitude in one of your parents, 1 mile star, in order for her to be a good dirt team trial horse, or at least someone that you can run on dirt team trials. Also, if you're trying to like make a turf racing Haru Urara, it's competition with the turf rating if you wanted to make them a mile. That is not a problem with New Year Haru Urara, and now she has A rated. I guess it's because, you know, you got her from a gacha. They don't want to give you like a somewhat half-baked character. So very, very cool. 20% power growth, 10% guts growth. And if you take a look at her kit, nothing really crazy. Unyielding Spirit is very good for mile distance tracks. That's why she has A aptitude in mile. However, Fighter is a very mediocre acceleration skill, too conditional, not easy to get at a good time. Prudent Positioning is a movement skill for frontrunners, and everything else on her kit is like, what are you gonna really do? Snowy Days, maybe if you're running on a snowy track, which I believe CM, the upcoming CM will have a snowy track, the Capricorn Cup. But, I mean, this is just giving you a gut stat. And the Hard Worker is a gold version of Fighter. Not a lot of good skills here in her potential, not a lot of good skills in her innate, except Unyielding Spirit, but her unique skill is truly unique. 114 times the charm. Give max effort when far from the lead on the final corner, moderately increasing velocity steadily for a duration proportional to distance from the lead. So what does that mean? It means that there's going to be a distance between the first place Uma and Haru Urara. And if it's 7 meters or more, and you are on the final corner, okay, you will activate this unique skill. And it has a special scaling. You get a 25 centimeter per second speed boost, which is slightly underpowered by 10. But the duration changes. The base duration is 4 seconds, right? However, if you are behind by a lot, like 50 meters, you get an 8-second duration unique skill. On something like Arima Kinen, that means you have 20 seconds of this speed boost, which is insane. And it is a final corner speed boost, so it's very typical to like, or comparable to like Nemesis or the Duty of Dignity Calls. That's Measure McQueen's unique skill, and Nemesis is Nagisa Taishin's unique skill. Very good last corner speed boost. So you're getting this speed boost, kind of like underpowered in terms of velocity, but the duration could potentially be insane. That being said, how is she? Is she a must pull? Is she an incredible racer? No, not really. Haru Urara is there as very cute Oshi pick. You know, Haru Urara is something that you might want to run for like challenge tracks like Arima Kinen. Like I mentioned earlier, this skill on Arima Kinen is amazing. Unfortunately, you have a huge, like, a wall, not a hurdle, but you have like a wall, 2 walls to scale in order to make this work. You need to raise her long aptitude and her turf aptitude in order to do it. So, like, is she going to be running in any CMs? Unfortunately, like, Global Umamusume doesn't have really the tools to like raise her turf and long rating at the same time. It's gonna be very incredibly difficult. So at the moment, not really at all. Basically, if you really like Haru Urara, you definitely want her. All right, moving on. You have TM Opera O. TM Opera O, however you want to say it. This is her in her traditional yukata New Year's outfit. Very, very cool, very regal. This Uma, in contrast to Haru Urara, is incredible. Incredible. Not a must pull, but incredible. And why is that? Well, she's basically has everything you would want to running Arima Kinen. Nakayama, Arima Kinen, she basically has everything you want. Why? Let's take a look. She has Winter Runner. She has Headliner, which is a gold skill of Feature Act, which is a totally unique skill to her. Like, nobody else has this skill. And what it is during the late race, when she's positioned toward the front on the later half, so basically on the final corner, she's going to get a really big speed boost. This is the white version, and then you have the gold version, right? Very, very good skill, very good conditions, very easy to pull off, and also a very huge effect. Winter Runner, Arima Kinen is in the winter. Swinging Maestro, she has a gold heal, the best gold heal in the game, right? Already built onto her kit, and she has Patience of Straightaways as well. I don't think anyone's ever going to be learning this skill, but you could. Barcarolle of Blessings. Let's talk about the aptitudes first. Aptitudes, long, turf, pace, or late. Seems pretty clear she's built for like long distance tracks. Arima Kinen, she could definitely do that very, very well. She has hits for that skill in her secret events too. Yeah, she has non-standard distance. I guess Headliner, you're saying she has hints for the skill? That's pretty cool. Yeah. But besides that, let's take a look at her unique skill. Increased velocity for a moderate duration when in the front part of the pack with 400 meters remaining. If at least 7 skills have been activated, greatly increased velocity for moderate duration instead. So basically, you have a 5-second unique skill. You have a greatly speed boost. So this is 45 centimeter per second if you activate 7 or more skills. This is when 400 meters is remaining, which is quite a bit. That is huge. That is a very big distance, and I'll show you exactly where it's going to be. And you just need to be in top 4. Very easy condition. Very easy to even pull off this incredible greatly boost. You're rewarded for building a proper Uma. And even then, you have like a 35 on a pretty good timing. So I definitely think this unique skill is very good. It's also very good as a parent. TM Opera O is a very good racer, and she has a lot of utility as a parent as well. Okay, so definitely, like, I would not say she's meta, right? But for a lot of different tracks. Not like Summer Marzensky. I would not say you need her unique skill to build certain Umas like Mejiro Dober. But is she an incredible racer? Is she an incredible parent? Both answers to these two questions is yes. Nakayama Racetrack, 2,500 meter. Where's the 400 meter mark? It's basically on this last spurt line, right? You can check that with VFA later. 2,100 meter mark is right here. And so on her last spurt, she's going to get an incredible 45 speed boost. That's insane. It is a very, very good skill. And she is a very good umamusume, both as a racer and as a parent. I would highly recommend, especially if you want like a strong racer for Arima Kinen, and not just that you like TM Opera O. Besides that, we can start to move on to the card banners. Admire Vega, Power Card, SSR. You guys already probably can guess. She's not very good because she's a power card. Interestingly enough, if you max Limit Breaker, she does get a 20% training effectiveness, which is kind of crazy. However, she is unfortunately going to have low specialty priority, which is not very good or acceptable. Race bonus 10% is good for sure, but this is only when you hit max Limit Break, not when you're aiming for like a 0 Limit Break. 0 Limit Break has 10%, or rather 15% training effectiveness, but like a roaming power card is okay. It's alright. And unfortunately, it's not speed. Unfortunately, it's not wit. She does provide Daring Strike, which is an incredible gold skill for end closers. Essentially, if you take a look, it's during the mid-race. If you're below 5th place or you are 5th place, then get a speed boost during the mid-race at a random point during the mid-race. So it's like gold ship unique skill. This is a gold version, notably, of early start, which sucks. This skill is horrible, but this skill is a lot better. That said, this skill is going to eventually be on Mr. CB, the Wit card. So if I look up the support card list and we look at CB, this card is going to be a lot better because she gives straightaway spur as a hint and daring strike as well on her event skill. Ayabe will lose out to Mr. CB later on, even as a holder of daring strike. And on top of that, Ayabe and Meyer Vega also loses to herself. When Make a New Track comes out, which is just around the corner, we have like a full month and a half until Make a New Track starts. Ayabe loses to herself because Ayabe's Guts card, which debuts like basically during the first half of March, this is going to be available right as Make a New Track comes out, alongside Narita Top Road. And so this card is going to be meta, and you can't run two Ayabe cards, right? This card is going to be meta for pretty much every player. They're going to want max limit break. They're going to want the 15% race bonus on this Guts card. And Guts is going to be really nice for Make a New Track. She has pretty good skill hints as well. And so this card is going to be a lot better than this power Ayabe. She has like specialty priority, right? Which is low, but the 15% race bonus is going to be incredible for a Guts card, as well as having the power bonus as well. With the speed bonus. I would definitely say this is not any reason to pull for this banner, but you do have Matikanefukukitaru. Matikanefukukitaru is an incredible speed card for Make a New Track and even for upcoming scenarios. Why is that? Well, Matikanefukukitaru has, at max limit break, 150 stats that she provides you. Right off the bat, she gives you 150 stats. And why is this important? This is important because this helps you win races in your career runs. And where do you want to win races? You want to win races in Make a New Track. So this lets you have very consistent runs. It gets you going in terms of winning races pretty much immediately. And it's a huge boost to anyone for that entire scenario. And even then some. Like, this card is still going to be relevant in scenarios past Make a New Track. So I would definitely suggest that if you're aiming for max limit break, if your, wallet isn't completely drained from Christmas Ogre or whatever, this is a very good card to aim for. And I'm going to be rolling for her. That said, you really want to hit max limit break because 0 limit break, you get 50 stat boost. You don't get the training effectiveness. The energy cost reduction is negligible, and like she gets no race bonus, which is absolutely unrunnable in Make a New Track. You need to get that race bonus in order for her to make sense. Also worthy to note is she's a speed card that kind of functions like a friend card. She decreases the probability of failure when training together, which is amazing on speed. You have energy cost reduction. You also have training effectiveness. So Matikanefukukitaru is a very, very good card. We have over here, as far as her skill hints, nothing good or crazy. Maybe 777s is all right, right? You have late surger corners if you're building a late surger, whatever. Her skills from events is also kind of whatever, right? Super Lucky 7, if you're in bracket 7, first of all, this has a chance to fail. It's a wit check. Even if you hit 7, you still need to hit the wit. And you get 180 stats, amazing, but like, good luck, right? Is all I can say. That being said, this skill may be whatever, but her events are not. If you take a look, she gets all stats plus 7. And when you are able to get this event, so like, it has a chance to end. No matter your choice, it has a chance to end. It has a chance to end, but if you finally get to the very end, you have a chance to get 77 skill points and 7 stats to all stats, so 35 stats. As well, plus 3 hint for Super Lucky 7, which is whatever. But like 77 skill points on a high roll is kind of crazy. It's a really, really good skill, or rather an event. What are the chances? I'm not too sure on that. Maybe someone can let us know in the comments below. But 77 skill points is a huge upside. And the fact that, like, let's say you do low roll and you get like an event end, that's fine too. Because SSR cards have 3 chain events and they all kind of compete for the same space when doing them. So like if her event chain ends, that's fine. You probably are running Kitasan Black. You're probably running Super Creek. These cards, you want their chain events to complete. So Matikanefukukitaru on a low roll still is providing some utility in that she just bows out and allows the other chain events to complete. It's really good. Matikanefukukitaru, very good card. And if you're wondering like how she competes to future cards like Nadita Top Road, which is also a meta make a new track card, this card is meta for making a new track, but that's about it. There's no other scenario after that you want to run this card in. I would say that this card is very good to wail on, but if you had to choose between NTR and Matikanefukukitaru, I would pick Matikanefukukitaru 10 out of 10 times. Definitely go ahead and consider pulling for this card. Consider wailing for her because you definitely want the race bonus. If you go for 45, which is where you start to get race bonus, I would probably run it, but you really want that like 10% race bonus. Really, you do want this. Also want to mention that we are getting free pulls for Matikanefukukitaru as well. So definitely consider getting as many copies of her as you can. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments. That's it for me. Take care, be safe. I'll see you on the next one, and peace.